How did the project for an Invincible video game came to be?
It's an interesting story. I was ready for my next big adventure, and I really wanted to start a studio, a combat-focused studio. And a friend of mine said, "Hey Mike, how would you like to come pitch for a studio at Skybound Entertainment?" And that was Patrick Gilmore. And I was like, hell yeah, I totally want to go pitch for there. And he goes, "What game do you want to make?" And I'm like, "I want to make an Invincible fighting game." I was already in love with the show, in love with the series, and I wanted to do a tag battle fighting game because there's so many factions that already exist in the Invincible universe, with like the Teen Team, Guardians of the Globe, Lizard League, the Viltrumites, but I also like the creativity that you get from a tag battle fighting game, like mixing and matching different characters to create new compositions to suit your playstyle. So, and I always felt that they were really hyped games, and there hadn't been one in a while, which is really funny. Great minds think alike, because then you see a lot of other people coming out with tag battle fighting games. But what's awesome about that is we all have a different take, and we're all pushing for something really unique and fun. So it's very exciting.
Invincible Versus, faithfully to the original IP, includes lots of blood and gore. Have you ever had doubts about taking this bloody road and possibly leaving out a big slice of the audience?
From the start of the project, our goal was to be a tournament quality, like tag battle fighting game, but brutal, like superhuman. Like we wanted to be as authentic to the IP as possible, and the IP is really like the stakes of superhuman combat. You need to see the blood. You need to see what happens when they fight, the destruction, everything. But our goal wasn't to be like, you know, horrific and grotesque. It was to just demonstrate like, this is what happens when heroes fight. And so for us, it's really about authenticity and not necessarily limits. But with that said, and we announced this at EVO, we do have a content creator mode. So you can disable the overkills, which are like the big moments where things just jib and blow up and there's guts all over the place. So you can filter that off for yourself so you don't get demonetized as you're making content.
What are your esports ambitions with Invincible Versus?
As far as esports ambition, for us, it's really be a competitive title. Like again, we wanted to be tournament quality, but as far as esports themselves, it's really for the fans and the community to decide. We're not going to go out there declaring esports anything. We really need the fans and the community to say like, hey, this is what we want to do. Invincible
Versus can be incredibly technical. How do you decide a balance between technical gameplay that can satisfy veterans and accessibility?
It's a balance, right? Because you want the accessibility to get new people into playing, you know, the games, and you also want fans of the show to come in and feel immediately like a badass. Like with our Autocombo system, you go from like an attack chain into a special move, and if you have meter, into a super move, and from there you can go into our active tag system, and you can start swapping out characters and building up big combos, and you get to start learning that golden path. And that's great. That's so people can graduate from auto combos into doing like real chains, learning when to call in assists, learning how to optimize and not blow out their combo meter. And for the expert player, we really wanted to create a sandbox where they could min-max and find out when to be optimal, like with different restrictions. Or like, hey, for example, I blew out all my meter breaking, but I got an opening, so what is the best combo I can do if I only have 2 super meter and I have 1 bar boost? So there's so many different things you can do, and we just wanted to give them a playground to do it.
Autocombo systems are a relatively recent innovation in fighting games. How do you strike a balance between the accessibility they offer and encouraging players to learn to play on their own?
So for new players, it's like the best way for them to learn like the actual structure, but you're never going to do as much damage as someone who learns more the intricacies and like really dives into the combo system. It'll never be optimal. So we think it's really good as a gateway. So it's like you're going to do some damage and you're going to do something that looks really, really cool, and it's going to teach you, and I think that's the most important thing, it's going to teach you the overall structure. So for us, it's that balance of like, hey, it's not going to be the most damaging, but you're still going to feel really good and you're going to have a lot of fun with your friends. And then when you're ready to graduate, all the depth is there, because that's what's absolutely necessary. And a really skilled player is always going to win.
What kind of tutorial modes are you going to have in the game, especially for the inevitable new players who will come in because they enjoy Invincible but aren't familiar with fighting games?
So we're not going into depth about our modes right now, but there will be tutorial systems that actually teach you the fundamentals of like how to play, because Rip and I aren't going to be there with you the entire time. Maybe on YouTube and in the occasional stream, but when you boot up the game, there is going to be resources to help you learn the game.
Is there going to be anything for players who enjoy single player?
Yeah, we're going to have solo player content and we're going to have multiplayer content.
What do you think is the most attractive element of the game for players who love Invincible but aren't usually into fighting games?
For fans of the franchise, it's going to be really easy to pick up and play. There's a lot of Easter eggs that are hidden throughout. I'm not going to reveal all of them.
Cool.
But on top of that, it's just the authenticity, and we're in a unique situation here at Quarter Up because we're part of Skybound. So we have access to the creators of the show and of the comic. We pitch ideas back and forth. You're going to get some really cool like writing and lines of dialogue and interactions that you'll never see in the show or comics, because it's a dream match of sorts. You'll have interactions between characters that have never interacted in that other media, but they're going to have authentic interactions. And that's something that I think every fan's going to really enjoy, with a bunch of other stuff to explore later.
How do you work with the creators of the show? Do they play the game, and do they give you advice related to the game design as well?
They would never come in to like give us like game design advice, but it's really about like the essence of this character. How would they move? How would they react? And we work with people that are on the show, that have written for the show, people that have solved things before we've had a chance to get there, or we're telling them like, hey, we're going to 3D. We believe this is the best way to solve this design, and we'll have review it together. And like, yeah, that's an excellent idea. Or like, oh, we love what you did with the super move. We didn't even think about it that way. And so it's really healthy and it's very creative. That's one of the biggest things that I love about working at Skybound, is that everybody is so creative and so, I guess, purposeful in what they want to do and get done. It's very inspiring.
Was it challenging to move from 2D art to 3D gameplay?
So one of the biggest challenges for us going from 2D is there's certain things in 2D animation that you can cheat, but you can't cheat it in 3D animation. Like there's certain things that you just can't do, because an example would be like Battle Beast's skirt. Like we had to solve his armor and the plating and how it moved in 3D. And so that was like a back and forth with concept design, talking to the creators, saying like, oh, we think we solved this, what do you guys think? And then going like, oh, that's great. And because there's certain poses and certain things that you have to do that we can't hide a shot. It can't be behind something or whatever. It's like you're fighting, you're out in the open. So we got to be really mindful of those decisions and make sure that they work while maintaining like the integrity of the character and making it move the way that it should and look the way that it should.
Have you ever considered just making a 2D fighting game instead?
From day one, we wanted to do like everything in 3D.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to our viewers and readers?
Motion inputs is really big for especially the hardcore. So we wanted to make sure that when people are playing on arcade sticks or playing on leverless, like they don't have to manage like all these different buttons. So going to a motion input style, we got it down to 6 buttons, and we think it plays great. So, you know, we look forward to playing that in the future with people.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this interview, please like it and subscribe to our channel. And if you so wish, leave your feedback and opinions in the comments. Your input and support are always highly appreciated. We hope to see you soon here on the channel and every day on Simulation Daily.